All right, there we are. We're live. Okay, good evening, everybody. There we go. A little bit slow, but it is the middle of the week. So good evening. Good evening to everyone who's tuned into our live stream. As most of you know, my name is Rob van der Bijl, and I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. And tonight, as we do every single month, for only one evening a month, we do what we call Tell All Tuesday. So Tell All Tuesday is a very exciting intro presentation that we do, and it's my favorite because I always give it. Brendan doesn't. He's too scared of the wealth engineers. But what I get to do is invite real wealth engineers up onto stage to come up and just share their stories. And this evening is particularly special because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be focusing on Rank 9. So Rank 9 is something that happens at DuePoint that a lot of people aspire to, because it is where you get to come to our international conference with us every single year, and people get very excited about that because we all love holidays, right? And so we're going to be focused on that. How long does it take to get to Rank 9? What is required to get to Rank 9? What does it look like? What does that journey look like? And we're going to be speaking to two Rank 9 wealth engineers this evening, and they're going to share their experience with us. So that's what we have in store for you. Without any delay, let's begin this presentation. All right, so we are a division of another company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a registered insurance company in South Africa. We have been around since 1952, so for a very long time. You probably don't know the brand. You might not be familiar with the name because Constantia have never dealt with consumers before. They've only always dealt with other financial service providers. But for the first time through our division, we are now in direct contact with the public and with consumers, and you'll become a lot more familiar with this brand. The FSP number that we operate under, that's very important for us to tell you about, is that number that you see over there. If you go to our website as well as in our foyer, we've got a bunch of certificates up on the wall. Those are Financial Services Board licenses, so go take a look at those. That is our license that we are regulated as an insurance company in South Africa. We've also got a long and short-term insurance license and investment license, as well as the FSP license. And then we've also put up our direct marketing and our direct selling association credentials. So you're welcome to go do a background check on that. As I say, always, for any transaction to happen, trust has to be involved. And so credibility is something that we take very seriously here at DuePoint. And as I said, you're welcome to go do a background check on us. We're listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange under a group called Conduit Capital. So where did this all begin? I think with the state that the economy is in, Constantia saw an opportunity to create a platform that would empower average South Africans to change their financial situation. And 2.5 years ago, in February 2016, Constantia launched this division called DuePoint with the DuePoint system or platform in mind. And to give you a bit of insight to what this business is all about, it is not only a business that's focused around income generation. Right? That's probably what you've been promised, right? Which is not completely incorrect, but there's a bigger part to the story, and that is that our business is more focused around wealth creation. And you might be thinking, well, what's the difference between income generation and wealth generation? So a lovely example that I like to tell everyone is we live here in a very rich suburb, right, of Bryanston, Sandton, probably the richest city in Africa. And you can have someone down the road here that has a very high income but is not wealthy, right? They could be earning 250,000 Rand a month. But what they've decided to do with their income is not invest it from a wealth point of view. So they're driving a car that they can hardly afford, perhaps. They're in a house that they've bonded that they can hardly afford. They are not wealthy, right? They have massive debt. And so when we talk about wealth generation, we talk about the ability to empower you to create wealth. We create wealth through the ownership of assets. But the first thing that we always have to do, and something that we're very focused on here at DuePoint, and that really has become part of the language here at DuePoint, is use income to get rid of your debt. Because we unfortunately get all these very horrible and depressing statistics, often from the Financial Services Board, that shows us what personal finance looks like for the average South African. And we can see that most South Africans, when I say most, nearly all of us are indebted, right? You might be thinking, well, I'm managing my debt. But what it's doing is it's preventing you from creating wealth. Because you've got to get rid of this debt along with all the interest that you have to pay back before you can start purchasing assets. And so our focus here at DuePoint is get rid of your debt as quickly as possible. It then creates this opportunity for you to start building asset value. And that's where wealth lies. And ultimately what we want for people in this business to be is happier. Everyone thinks finance is going to solve their problems, right? It does, because the lack of finance causes a lot of problems. Wealth doesn't necessarily lead to happiness, but at least you won't have the problems, right? And that's what our business is about, hoping to solve a lot of our problems. So those are the aspirations of our business. How does this business work? Well, our guests, you have the opportunity this evening to join DuePoint. Once you join us, we refer to you as wealth engineers, very appropriate title. And as wealth engineers, you've got a single task, and that task is to build a channel of distribution. How do you build a channel of distribution? It is basically you just connecting other people to DuePoint. Just telling people that this DuePoint business opportunity exists. That's all you have to do. If you're successful in that process and if you can get other people interested in coming to see a presentation like this, who in turn decide they too want to become wealth engineers and product owners here at DuePoint, that successful process leads to a host of benefits for you. Because now you're creating this channel of distribution. You get to enjoy additional income every single month, because the income we produce here at DuePoint is recurring income. Because you're building an asset at DuePoint. It is the asset that is paying out the income to you. We don't create once-off sales-based, commission-based income. We allow you to enjoy the wealth that you've created off the asset that you've produced, right? This is a very important benefit, because a lot of businesses, as employees, what you do is you create active income. And active income ends when you're not active. Right? So if you decide not to go to work next month, your boss is probably not going to pay you. But if you create an asset, the asset will pay you regardless. Right? It's like owning a second property. Everyone thinks that owning one property is an investment. You're living in the property. You can't live in your investment. You have to sell it for it to be an investment, right? So the second property can be an investment. And that asset you can derive rental income from. That is the same as passive or recurring income or annuity income, and that's what we're doing here at DuePoint. The power duplication, this is your ability or your opportunity to go out and get help, to find other people that have the same mindset as you, hopefully resourceful, that can help you build your channel of distribution. You're able to multiply or duplicate yourself in this business. Wouldn't you love if there were 10 of you invested in a business, right? That's what you get to do in this business. You'll see it more when we look at what a channel of distribution looks like. Our business is flexi-time. It just means you can do this business with the technology that we've implemented anywhere in the country, any time of the day. You can literally run your business off your smartphone. There's no startup capital. We've designed this business to be low risk, to have a very low barrier to entry. I don't want to propose a business opportunity to you tonight where you're now worried about the risk involved. Imagine I said to join this business costs you 50,000 Rand upfront, non-refundable deposit. You would all be like, maybe not, right? We've designed it to have a low barrier to entry so that it is accessible as possible to the everyday South African. At the same time, we don't have any requirements around qualifications or experience, right? Again, the accessibility opens up. You get to build an asset that you have ownership over. That means you have legal tender over your asset. Of course you want to own the asset, because you want to one day be able to sell that asset if it has value. It also means that it doesn't retire you. This is a very important point. Your active income will retire you, because you retire, you're not going to work anymore, and your boss doesn't pay you for not coming to work. And so for the majority of South Africans, 95% plus will get to retirement not having done enough with regards to their pension funds, and they'll become financially dependent. But if you have an asset in place that keeps paying you beyond retirement, well, now you've just empowered yourself again. It also means that when you die, your asset doesn't disappear. You can pass wealth on to the next generation, which so few of us do, but which you have the opportunity to do here at DuePoint. There's no selling involved in our business, so we have a requirement that no one promotes or sells our product. That is a wonderful thing. I assume most of you don't want to be selling insurance products to your friends at the braai this weekend, right? What you're going to be doing is informing people about one of the most attractive commodities that exist in South Africa today, and that is an income opportunity. And not just any income opportunity. You can go through the list of benefits. This separates us from a lot of other businesses in South Africa. Your only focus is going out and telling people about the business opportunity here at DuePoint. The nature of our products are financial in nature. It means we don't have stock and distribution issues. We never run out of products here at DuePoint, ever. Right? And so that's convenience. I've heard some nightmare stories of one of our wealth engineers we're going to speak to tonight. She said, if you opened my garage, you would have seen boxes of product in the old days. Those were the old days, right? We have moved beyond that now. And so we try and make this business as convenient for people to operate in as possible. All right, so what does a channel of distribution look like? Because this is what you're going to be tasked with building, and your success is dependent on this. It begins with you. You become a wealth engineer and a product owner here at DuePoint, and now you're going to go out and start connecting other people to this opportunity. In this example, you've connected 5 people successfully to your channel, right? Only 5, of which 1 didn't do anything. So only 4 have decided to join you in your efforts. But from that point on, your channel will take on a life of its own, whether you like it or not. Because the people that you've connected to this business will go out and start connecting other people to the business. Because as wealth engineers, they too want to empower themselves and build their own channels. This is where the power duplication comes into play. My tip to you, and when you build this channel of distribution, is that you be very discerning about who you bring into this business. Because you will always have a decision to make when you connect somebody. Always. And it's a bit of a gray area, unfortunately, right? There's no black and white rule to this. You have to be discerning in a way where you decide the people that you're bringing into your business will not be a burden to your business. You want to bring people that you think are going to be resourceful, that will thrive as DuePoint wealth engineers, that will help you build your business. The opposite is if you bring someone in that has no resources that become a burden to the business, right? If you bring in strong people, that behavior will filter into the rest of your channel, and you will build a strong, sustainable channel that will keep paying out recurring income even when you're not working those months that you decide you don't want to work, right? So that is my tip on building a channel of distribution. We have one quick warning for everybody. Has anyone tried to start their own businesses? It's easy to start a business. It is. It's very easy to start a business. You phone the registrar's office, you fill out a form, and there you suddenly the CEO of a business, right? So maybe that was a trick question. Has anyone built a successful business? Well, now that's a whole nother story. A successful business is a whole nother story, right? You look at the statistics. I don't even know why I tried to start my own business, because I hadn't looked at the statistics about how many businesses fail and how many succeed. The odds are against you. Any entrepreneurial opportunity requires blood, sweat, and tears. I hope that doesn't scare anybody. I'm hoping that your desires in life outweigh your fear of the work that's required. Do not make the mistake of romanticizing entrepreneurship. So you might be wondering, why have they got a picture of a ballerina, right? It's the only picture I could find, but it's a very appropriate picture. Because if you go to the State Theatre and you look at the ballerina up on stage, you will see that. You never get to see that. And it's the same for successful entrepreneurs. We see Elon Musk and the McLaren that he's driving around, all the fancy, shiny things that he has, but none of us have never, ever walked a day in his shoes to see the stress that he's under, the amount of work that he does. And we make the mistake of romanticizing entrepreneurship. If you want to make a success out of this business, there is work required. And that is my warning to everybody. No one's ever walked out at this stage of the presentation. So either you're just keeping it in, or you think, I'm here for the hard work. All right, so that's our only warning in the business. Let's go on to our financial products. So we've got 4 products that all have financial benefit. So the products are actually designed around wealth creation, right? They're not just arbitrary products. They're designed around wealth creation. They're either designed to increase your wealth, i.e. investments, or they're designed to protect your wealth, i.e. insurance, or they're designed to reduce your cost of living so that you can get to wealth quicker. All right, so our first product is our investment product. It's called Access Wealth. It's going to cost you 324 Rand a month, of which 100 Rand gets invested into a tax-free investment fund. You've got full access to that fund. There's no notice period. And on top of that, we give you some insurance, 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. So if you have this investment in place and you're killed in any form of accident, we'll pay out your beneficiaries 120,000 Rand plus whatever's in the investment. So that's product number 1. Product number 2 is called Wealth Guard. This is only insurance. It is only personal accident cover. It's going to cost you 249 Rand, but this time you get 1 million Rands worth of cover. The beauty of personal accident cover is that we can cover anybody over the age of 18, regardless of your health status or your age. Right? So you'll know if you've ever tried to get insurance, life insurance or health insurance of any kind, and you are older than 40 and you've got some health issues, sometimes the premium goes so high it's not even worth taking out, or you can't even afford it. The premium on this product stays the same for everybody, right? So again, the accessibility of this product is wonderful. So that's Wealth Guard. The third product is called Family Wealth. This is a new product. It's our new funeral cover product. It starts at 299 Rand a month. You get 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. That includes up to 5 family members. You also get 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection. So if you owe anyone money, we will pay up to 10,000 Rand of that debt upon your death. And the beauty again of this product is there's no excluded pre-existing conditions. That means anyone can take out this product, and it covers any debt, not only personal accident cover, also illness and natural causes, right? You can bump this product up a little bit, so there's some flexibility in here. You can bump it up to 30,000 Rands worth of funeral cover or up to 10 family members. So this is our funeral cover product, Family Wealth. And then lastly is Wealth Points. Wealth Points is designed to lower your cost of living. We want you not to spend as much. I don't know if we can fight the petrol price, but we'll try. Right? The cost of living that just keeps going up every month, this product is designed to try lower that. So it's going to cost you 299 Rand a month. And what that allows you to do is enjoy the discounts that we've negotiated with the businesses that you see listed there. So we've tried to cover the entire spectrum of cost of living. So we've got data partners, we've got groceries, we've got online retailers, we've got restaurants and hotels who entertain, we've got car manufacturers. We've tried to cover as much as possible. We are adding partners to this product all the time. So it's ever evolving. If you're looking for immediate benefit, this is the product, because you can lower your cost of living immediately with this product, because you have access to everybody except the entertainer. There's a 6-month waiting list on the entertainer. So those are our 4 products. If you have any questions around the products, come speak to me. But there's more information on our website, even more on YouTube. You're free to have a look around there. How do you benefit as a wealth engineer? So let's get on to how we make money here at DuePoint. So there's 2 ways. The first way is through our returns program. The returns program is the money you make every single month. It is the most important benefit here at DuePoint. Even though we're going to be speaking about the rewards a little later, the money is the most important thing. Even though the holiday looks prettier and shinier and more fun than the money is the most important. The returns program is really what you need to be focused on, because the greatest amount of benefit lies here. We pay a base return fee of 27.50 Rand for every product in your channel, right? But it's dependent on where the product lies in relation to you. So remember the first 5 individuals in the example that you introduced to DuePoint? That product lies on your first point, and we actually pay you double the 27.50 Rand. So you're earning 55 Rand for every product on your first point every single month, right? Those people then go out and introduce other people. That product lies on your second point, and on your second point again you earn 55 Rand for every product every single month going forward. And as your channel starts to grow and grow, wider and wider, deeper and deeper, further out, the multiplier starts to drop steadily as the product gets further away from you. So all the way down to the 8th point, you're earning now 4% of the 27.50 Rand. But we don't limit you there. You can keep earning the 4% beyond 0.8. We do not limit you on the size of your channel at DuePoint. We don't limit you on how much money you can earn at DuePoint. That responsibility falls squarely on your shoulders. We always talk about time and numbers here at DuePoint. You have to take care of the numbers. Who's going to take care of the time? God. He will take care of the time. Don't ask him to hurry things up either, right? The patience, that's where the patience comes in. Time and numbers in this business always. So this is the mechanics of the returns. Always the question is, well, how much money do people earn in this business? How much time do I have to invest to get to a certain point? And that's what we're going to be focused on a little later when we speak to some of our wealth engineers. How quickly did they get to rank 9, and what did they have to do? So here's another example. We call it the path to success. It is a 5-year projection, right? So it is based on a growth formula. The growth formula assumes that in your first month, you can bring 3 people into the business. And then every month thereafter, you have to bring 2 people onto your first point. So we call it the 3+2 growth formula. If you can follow those numbers, after 6 months, you could be earning 2,500 Rand a month in recurring income. I look around the audience to see everyone's got a poker face tonight. I don't see any disappointment. I don't see smiles either. Leaves me wondering, what are people thinking? 2,500 Rand, is that worth 6 months worth of work? It is? That's just the wealth engineers nodding. The guests are still sitting there going, I don't know about 2,500 Rand, right? 6 months of work. There's always a lesson with regards to the appreciation of money, because if you're focused on wealth, you don't look at 2,500 Rand and go, what can I buy with 2,500 Rand? That doesn't sound like a lot. What can I buy nowadays? If you're focused on wealth, you can look at 2,500 Rand and go, I can turn that into more. It means you can't spend it. You need to invest it or pay your debt off faster. If you put that money into a 1 million Rand bond, you'll pay a 1 million Rand house off in not 20 years, you can do it in 11 and a half years. Do you know how much money it saves you in interest that you would have paid to the bank? Nearly 1 million Rand with little 2,500 Rand. Pay your debt off as quickly as possible. At month 12, you're earning in excess of 100,000 Rand in recurring income every year. Do we have one person in the audience that got a 100,000 Rand bonus from the employer this year? Not one. I ask every time, and there hasn't been one in 2 years. That's 12 months away, folks. Christmas. Imagine coming to pick up a 100,000 Rand check from DuePoint every Christmas. It's 12 months away. What's your 12-month plan? 24 months, you could be earning 30,000, close to 30,000 Rand every single month in recurring income. At 36 months, you're close to 50,000 Rand a month. Month 30, you could take 36,000 Rand, and if you decided to put into a 5 million Rand house bond, you could pay a 5 million Rand house off in less than 7 years. We talk about investment, creating annuity income based on assets. If you pay your house off that you're living in, you're now empowered to start buying assets. What are you going to do with all this money coming in if you don't have debt? Go buy another property. Take another 7 years to pay that off. Now you've got 2 properties. Do it again. Now you've got 3 properties after 21 years. You're living in one house, you're renting 2 houses out for. How much does a 5 million Rand house rent out for? I should be asking Paul. He's in 5 million Rand house, 60, 60,000, 50,000, right? So now you're earning nearly 80,000, 90,000 in recurring income from the property that you bought instead of spending the money. I know it's a boring decision to invest money rather than spend it on nice things, right? You can see the problems I have in life. At month 48, you're close to 70,000 Rand, and after 60 months, 5 years from today, you could be earning close to 1 million Rand every year in annual recurring income. Throw that 100,000 Rand check away and say, I'm coming to head office to pick up my 1 million Rand check annually. I cannot wait for one of our wealth engineers to get to that point. The wealth engineers that you're going to meet tonight are on that road. They are on that journey where they're going to be collecting an extra 1 million Rand a year from DuePoint every year. And you're going to hear from them. They're not actors. I've never seen Donny on Sevendalan, and I've never seen Patrick and Pumi on Generations. These are real bona fide wealth engineers that we're going to be hearing from, right? And I hope there's value in their testimony for you. So this is the 5-year plan. It is a theory. It's academic. It's a very complicated Excel spreadsheet that actuaries have to do, because it's not as simple just make the number bigger. But we have to be focused on what we want in this life. It is easy in your mind to think, this is what I want. Oh yes, 1 million Rand check. Who wants 1 million Rand check every year? Right? How easy was that, just to put your hand up? If only getting it was that easy. And that is the trick. Because everybody wants. But how many of us are willing to make the decision that leads to the plan to getting it? And that's what I'm interested in. The decision is not whether you want to become a wealth engineer or not. I actually don't care. There will be people here that aren't interested. The people that are interested, those are the people I'm interested in, because those are the people I want to work with. I want to understand what is your practical plan to fitting DuePoint into your life. So you will have the next half an hour to think about that, right? And perhaps when you go home tonight, you can think about it some more. How are you going to fit this business into your life if you want this business to change your life? That is the decision that I'm interested in. Getting started is very straightforward. You become a DuePoint wealth engineer. It is the same as going to the registrar's office and creating a business. It is almost a non-event. It takes you 7 minutes to go through our application form. You'll get your unique wealth engineer number, your password to log into the app. Suddenly you're a wealth engineer that's worth nothing. But you want to start adding value. So apply yourself to this new business. Read the code of conduct. Start watching the training that we've provided. We've got lots of training for you. Set goals for yourself. People don't set goals. They don't. You have to write a goal down with a deadline for it to be a goal. Not many of us do that. Try it. Just try it. Write down what you want, where you want to be in 12 months from now, or perhaps even by December. December is what? 3.5 months away? Write down how much money extra you want DuePoint to be paying you by December. Because that's the only way you prepare the plan, right? Our wealth engineers are going to share their plans with us tonight. You will see how they've been doing it practically. You have to prepare the plan, and our business always gets distilled down to one single metric, and that is how many people are you prepared to speak to a month. That's the only number you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about who's going to say yes or no. Like I said earlier, I don't care who says yes or no. All I know is that I can fill this room as much as I can, so that I can go through as many people as possible to sift through the ones that see the vision of this business. And that's all you have to be worried about here at DuePoint. A reminder about applying yourself to this business. The training that we do, we've got brand new training happening this Saturday. It is called How to Hack Success. This is very attractive to people because this means there's a shortcut. That gets people excited. Oh, there's a shortcut. I'm definitely going to watch this one, right? There is a shortcut. There are many shortcuts to success. You can look at the mountain and want to climb the mountain. There are many routes to get up the mountain. The training shows you an easier route up the mountain. So on Saturday at 9 o'clock, there you go, Saturday the 25th of August, at 9 a.m. we're going to be running this dev seminar. That's going to show you an easier route up the mountain. But you'll get to the top of the mountain nonetheless. So make sure that you arrive here, or you tune into YouTube, or you watch it once it's uploaded onto YouTube. All right. Make sure you like our Facebook page. We've got lots of content and promotions, campaigns that run through Facebook almost daily. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. There's a lot of our training sits there. A lot of the testimonies reside there. It tells you every time the camera is turned on to live broadcast this intro presentation to the entire country. That is opportunity for you to build your channel anywhere in the country. Anywhere in the country overnight without any cost to you. You can phone someone in Pofadder. Do you even know where Pofadder is? You don't need to. You don't. You get on the phone, you send someone a WhatsApp or an email, say connect, click on the link, watch the intro presentation, I'll phone you afterwards. Right? That's because of the YouTube channel that we have. Download the mobile app onto your smartphone. It is your business in the palm of your hand. It allows you to do this business anywhere, anytime. Right? The flexibility is all there. Now, onto our rewards program. So this is the highlight of tonight's Tell Tuesday, is the rewards program. And the little jewel in the crown of our rewards program is rank 9. Okay, we'll get there shortly. Let me explain how the rewards program works first. So the rewards program rewards you for the success and activity that you have as a wealth engineer. So when you start doing wealth engineer things, like checking into your app, coming to presentations, doing home presentations, having guests with you, you earn what we call XP, experience points. And as you start collecting more and more of these XP, these experience points, and your channel is growing, there are rewards waiting for you over and above the money that you're earning every single month, right? So if you start out today, you become a wealth engineer tonight, you will start out as a rank 0 wealth engineer. Right? Again, because you have zero value in the business so far, right? But when you start applying yourself to the business, you will earn some XP. You need 1,000 XP for products in your qualified channel to get to rank 1. You can do that very easily, I think, right? And when you get to rank 1, we give you an extra 55 Rand reward at the end of the month, once off. It's not recurring, once off. So you might be thinking, 55 Rand, that's a bit stingy, right? But the 55 Rand is not what's important. What is important is that you've just proven to yourself that you can get to any rank in our business. Because the people at rank 9 and above are doing the same thing the rank 1s are doing every day. And that is just deciding to go up to someone and tell them about DuePoint. There is no difference. The only difference here is time. Is the time, right? And so when you get to rank 1, you celebrate because you've taken that first step onto this road towards rank 9. And as you start collecting more XP and your channel grows, there are bigger rewards waiting for you. Fancy little memory sticks, 12,500 Rand premium business cards that are glinted in gold. This business is all about credibility. And then at rank 9, you finally got this recurring rank 9 reward that's waiting for you. And not only you, your family too. Because when you get to rank 9, we take you and your family on our rank 9 international conference every single year for the rest of your life. It is business class flights there and back with your family. Even if your 2-year-old only weighs 10 kilograms, they still get a whole business class seat. Right? And then we go to our destination, which is international. It's a 5-star luxury resort. It's 7 days away, and every expense is paid for by DuePoint. Right? And that's the highlight of tonight's Tell All Tuesday. So I want you to take a look at a couple of photos of Patrick and Pumi and Donny's experience at the last rank 9 trip. And in your mind, just Photoshop your face over their faces. All right, so before we bring Donny up and just go over his numbers quickly, you had a little bit of a taste of what rank 9 looks like. It is a well-deserved break at the end of every year, but there is some other benefits that perhaps you don't see immediately. One of them is, and perhaps you don't see it too much here, and you're welcome to go look at the resorts that we're going to. Go onto our Facebook page, you'll see the resort that we've booked this December. It is 7 days of living like a millionaire. It is not just any rank, 5-star resort that we're going to. We look for the best 5-star resort. We've got a couple of surprises up our sleeves that we'll only reveal at the end of the year that will make this destination a little more special. But not so. The point of living like a millionaire for a week is that you're getting a taste of what DuePoint is going to take you to. Right? Because we are just getting warmed up. You might believe it or not, our rank 9s got to rank 9 both in under 18 months. They're only getting warmed up. I get a little frustrated. I want a snapshot 10 years down the line to see where the two of them are going to be in 10 years' time. That's when I get really excited. Again, you can see it's a very family-orientated affair, right? And there's a lot of importance. There are a lot of benefits for children that travel internationally. Did you know that? Their eyes are opened up to possibility, to other cultures, other people. They become more tolerant of other people in other cultures. They have greater belief in themselves when they go on business class trips and they start to understand what is actually awaiting them out in the world. And so it's not just a trip that we take once a year. There's got a lot more to it. On that, let's take a look at Donny's journey to rank 9. So this is from 0 to 1,000 products. You need 1,000 products in your qualified channel to get to rank 9. You can see Donny did it in 16 months, and he jumped from month 15 to month 16, from under 1,000 to over 1,200 in a single month, right? So you can see how fast his channel was growing at by that stage. In his first month in the business, he brought one person in. So maybe there was still a little bit of skepticism in month 1. But he averaged over the 16 months 5 people that he was bringing in personally into the business. So you can see he's doing way more than 3 plus 2, right? He's doing almost double that. And then what happened was he qualified 13 first pointers. So you might not understand what that is, but basically 13 people of the people that he brought into the business got qualified and started earning in his business. That tells us that Donny is supporting the people that he brought into the business well. Okay, and with that, let's bring the big guy. We're going to actually take a step down from the stage. I'm going to ask you to stand this side. There you go.
Thanks.
All right. So, Donny, you saw one person in the first month. So, generally, our testimonies when we invite wealth engineers up on stage to try to get an understanding of what they thought about the business when they first were prospected by somebody else, and then what their experience was like. We've got a bit of a different take because Donny's been up on stage many times. You're very welcome to go to YouTube and go look at the testimonies in the past that he's done. So this evening, the line of questioning is going to be a little bit different. We're going to have a conversation about what this business is like and what it takes to get to rank 9. So firstly, what I want to understand from Donny is, I know the story from the beginning. Right? How Donny came to the first presentation by accident. It's because he didn't want to go with his girls to some event. He decided he'd rather go to a business presentation on a Saturday morning, which he didn't want to come to, right?
Yes.
And you came anyway. I want to know when the penny dropped for you. When did you suddenly decide that DuePoint was a business that you would sacrifice precious time into to build and start creating income out of? Because it starts at 0, right? It's not like suddenly you're earning 10,000 Rand a month. There's this process where belief grows. When did the belief begin for you?
Well, Rob, it's a very good question. For those who don't know the story, I've got 2 beautiful teenagers, and I had a sleepover at my house, and my whole house was full of teenagers. I was invited to the launch of DuePoint, but as you know, there's so many opportunities that invite you to these meetings. You just don't want to go. It costs you money. They want to sell stuff to you. But looking at all these little women in my house with all their noise and pajamas, I'm the only guy. I saw the invite and I saw a way to get out of the house legit for 2 hours, like the teenagers say. And I took it and I came here. And you're absolutely right, Rob. When I sat here, I was surprised, and I think most of you would agree. When you see DuePoint for the first time, you realize it wasn't what you expected. And I had exactly the same thought. Yes, I went and showed the plan to a friend of mine, and incidentally, she was the first person that I signed, and she said, "How's that DuePoint?" And I said, "I wish I could tell you it's bad, but it isn't." And in fact, I said I was actually surprised, and I mentioned a few things, and she said, "Show me." We switched on her laptop, and she joined. And her first friend when we opened the website and you saw there's a beautiful guy, and she's actually a granny. She said, he's very beautiful, I'm going to join. You know,
The model on the homepage.
The model on the homepage. But still, you know, I knew, just like you, when I saw DuePoint, that this is unusual. It's not like the others. And if you're watching this, I mean, if you haven't seen it, you won't know until you've been here. Especially if you've tried a lot of things. I would advise you to come and have a look at us, and you'll find that we're different. And right about the second to third month, it dawned about me. You know, I can either believe these guys, and it's a risk to fall in love. It's a risk to marry. It's a risk to take an opportunity. But you have to put your mind and your feet in it. So I decided, let's do it. Stuff it, let's do it. And we started pushing. And here we are. And we're still here. With thousands of friends. So more than 1,000 DuePoint members. It was destiny because of two teenagers they've never met. Okay? Those two girls you saw there, they're the reason why you're here. You know? And that's destiny. That's how the plan works in life. And if you don't see it, that's how fate works. So around about 2-3 months in. Yeah.
Okay. And this business is almost a family commitment because
Yes.
you're sacrificing time from your family.
Absolutely.
So was there evolution of belief from the family, or were they skeptical at a point where they're like, oh, why is Dad disappearing again? What's he up to? Is he wasting his time? Tell us a little more about the girls.
Yeah, this is the thing. If you put time in everything, that's time away from somebody else. So if people tell you that things are quick or free or easy, it's not. Okay? But what DuePoint is, it's very possible. I mean, my family is watching tonight. Just picture this. Hi, guys. Honey, I can smell your supper from here. I'm hungry. Be prepared. I'm coming home. But you know, the reality is it is just as much a challenge for your family as it is for you. My advice be, show them the faith. Just keep on it. My first concern was, if I can't convince my loved ones, then I'm not fit for this business. You see, you cannot lead by doing what other people are doing. If you want to lead, you must do what most people are not prepared to do. And unless you're prepared to buy that and put that in your mind tonight, your DuePoint business is not going anywhere. You need to put that mind. And yes, we stuck through it. When my children and wife put their toes in that Mauritian sand, I mean, my life was a pretty gemors. Like most people, when you start off in DuePoint, you're actually kind of desperate. You don't have a lot of resources. It's maybe not at the best time to try something. You're trying it out of kind of desperation or hope or believe. And the reality is when it actually kicks in and you realize my faith is paid off. I'm standing in it. I feel the water. I'm seeing the faces, the new friends that I didn't know a year ago. And you're part of my life. I'm part of, we're in the long haul. We're friends for life. This is a 20, 30, 40-year-old business. We meet new people. I meet your children. And I would rather go to war with warriors like you than with some of the people in the corporate world out there. So the thing is it takes time. Just stick it through. Show your family. It's actually one of the secrets I want to share with you. If you want to sign people up, let the business change you. Because everybody is confronted by exactly the same. Most people don't sign up people because it has not affected you and they cannot see the effect in your life. You must become a little bit DuePoint crazy. And if they see that, first they're going to laugh at you, but deep in themselves they want what you have. And if what's in you is not what they need, they can't see it in you, and they don't buy the products. They buy you. And if it hasn't affected you, then that's why you battle to sign up people. You know, if you go like this, you don't use your arms. Just be excited. Move your arms. Be happy. Show get a story, you know. Get a story. What's your story? How did you get into DuePoint and how has it affected you? Share it with me. I need to show you this. It has changed my life. It changed my way of thinking permanently. You know, I've got this thing. There's extra money. It's going to help us a lot. Am I offending you? Are you in the market for an extra income? He's going to ask you, what is this? I said, well, I'm going to come and see you. Don't worry. I don't even have an application form. I'm just bringing myself in. I said, that's good. Come. Okay. Come. He trusts you. You don't have an application form. I said, I've got an app that I want to show you and I want your take on that. And when you speak about this business, be excited. Show the energy and you'll attract people to that. And this is how you put the faith in your family and friends. when you talk about this.
Yeah, you were sharing earlier how important a good story was to you developing this business, and how important it has been to connect with people. So, do you have any other stories that you can share with us?
Yeah.
Because that's practically how we're going to build the business, right? A lot of people are like, well, what do I say? You walk out the building, now what do I do? And you've got so much experience.
Well, Rob, I absolutely believe with that. The thing is you must have a story. And you need to tell people your story. And listen, it must be your story. A lot of people talk about other people, you know. We must have a DuePoint story. Who Brendan, who Rob is, where do they come from, how did they find us? But where's your story? Unless you've got your story, people want to see that it has affected you. And yes, if they don't say yes now, but you're still excited 6 months, listen, 6 months to 16 months later, they'll join. Because if this have this effect on you, then they'll join. And this is the only way you're going to get the bulk of your relatives and family in, if you can remain positive over a long period of time.
Because they'll say no to you at the beginning.
Yes, because
but they're watching you.
They're actually waiting for you to quit. It's just like
They're waiting for you to fail.
You know, 2 years ago you had that opportunity, and then you had that opportunity. This is just another opportunity. You say, no, you don't understand. This is my last opportunity. And I'll verify. And I can verify that. I mean, I don't know if you're going to ask me those questions about other opportunities, because I challenge anybody out there in another opportunity to show me something like this. I mean, I came here tonight with friends. I'm sitting in a beautiful multi-million office. The guy that did all the talking has got a financial certificate. I said nothing. These guys gave me coffee, a huge chocolate. Okay? My family is watching me live stream across the world. I don't pay for any of this. Our product is the cheapest. There's no joining fee. I'm in 2.5 years. I haven't paid one joining fee ever, or for one. If you've got that, come speak to me. I'll join. You don't have that, okay? So we can talk about a lot of things out there. There's nothing that compares with us. And the secret, what a lot of people don't know, it takes the same amount of work to work with a 200 Rand a month product than with a few 100,000 Rand product. The only difference is a bulk of my people are still in the business, even if they've done nothing. Why? Because our products are so affordable. In those expensive companies, you might make a few bucks now, but 5 years down the line, you're going to show another opportunity. Why? People don't pay those expensive stuff if they're not making money. And I'm not saying this because I'm 50 years old and I've lived. I just know it's pure maths. If you don't get that, you're kind of silly. Maybe you don't need money, you need therapy, or I don't know. Just do the maths. You buy the cheapest baked beans there is, you know, because affordability catches up. So have your story, and this is my story. I mean, I've been to this meeting last night. I didn't pay a cent. I got a chocolate. This young, attractive guy did the presentation. And all I did is, I took a friend there, and I grew my business, and all I did is went back home and get some more coffee and then honey when I get home. That's the reality. And I mean, this is not hard work. It takes time, but I've seen a lot of things are much more difficult than this. This will really not destroy you if you can just keep it up.
Yeah, we were talking about the principle of, and it's a business principle called the singularity of focus. So I've become a student of successful entrepreneurs to help a lot of the dev seminars that we do for our wealth engineers. And the one principle that they all speak to, and these are not entrepreneurs, these are successful entrepreneurs. And they speak about focus. I'm sure there have been many distractions along the way. Your belief system in the business hasn't been this line that has just gone up in this straight line fashion. How do you keep the distraction away? How do you keep so focused in the business when other people are offering you big chocolates?
Well, the simple answer to that would be by surrounding yourself with people like this here tonight. You are very important for me, because I need to see you tonight. This is why I'm here tonight, because if I don't surround myself with people like you, I become like the people I'm trying to lead. So I'm not strong enough. It's the same reason why I go to church, not because I'm a good person, because I'm a very naughty person, okay? And I need to surround myself with people that can keep me focused. So in fact, our success is your success, because we keep each other strong. I've never seen in life that you can just have ups. I mean, I've witnessed little birds trying to fly. They don't jump out of the nest, okay? They go down first. They pick up speed and then they start flapping, going up. When you start off in this business, most probably it's going to feel like you're hitting rock bottom, you know, because there's not enough. You want to see 100 people, but you only have enough bucks for one coffee a month, okay? And then that's what you have, okay? You work with where you are, and you just look at who you're speaking to. Do they have a smartphone? Their personality, their values. Is it somebody you would be proud to be associated with? Or just want to sign him because he's got a pulse, okay? It's not going to work, okay? Because the people that you surround with is the people that's going to take you up or down. Yes, people try and subtract. My mom was diagnosed with terminal cancer in December. It has took a knock out of me. I mean, you don't function like you're supposed to. I mean, you do the things, you're still happy, you still laugh, but there's a lot of humor away from life. But my friend here lost his mom as well. And some of you have buried your mom, okay? Yes. It's a part of process. But what you don't do is you don't stop. Okay, you don't stop everything in your life, because to carry on, you need to go forward, because we'll see them on another day, on another place, okay, when it's our turn. But our turn now is to focus on each other and keep each other strong. This company, Constantia DuePoint, has done something for this country which I haven't seen before, not to the extent that has been done before. I think, you know, when I go out here, when this meeting is finished, and I saw everybody on their tablets and phones, you know, I've got hope for South Africa. And there's not a lot of people that can say this. Because when I walk into society, municipality, stuff like this, I don't have a lot of hope. But this is one of the few buildings I've got hope when I see people, because there's people like you making this business work. And I've been to many presentations, many opportunities, and I've made a success of every single company I've joined. And I'm telling you, there's nothing like DuePoint. Nothing is legal, nothing that pays this amount of money for this affordable product. Nothing. And if you don't understand it and you seem to disagree, talk to me. Just give me 10 minutes in your life and I'll persuade you why I think that way. You know? But be careful. If you want to be persuaded, don't want to be persuaded, don't talk to me. Okay? Because I challenge you, talk to me. Okay?
So I'm always intrigued. I've actually wanted to go for a ride along with some of our successful wealth engineers. What does Donny's day look like, or your month look like? You talk about the power of having stories when you're connecting people, but practically, in terms of prioritizing your time and doing this business, what does that look like?
Well, basically you run your dailies, your errands, just like anybody else. And you're constantly looking for people. And just like you, I get disappointed. Sometimes people let you down. I mean,
so even strangers,
yeah,
when you say you're looking for people.
And the thing is, but you've got a dream within inside you. And wherever you go, share that dream. Do not be shy to speak to people. I mean, if you've owned a business and you don't open your doors, you're going to die of hunger. You open it every single day, whether people come into your store or not. Yeah, your doors are your lips, okay? And if you're one of these people says, I can't speak to people, my friend, take it from me, most probably you're going to starve in the next 10 years, okay? Because jobs are really not doing well. Watch the testimony of Leon Lowe on our YouTube, how many people lose their jobs. Unless you've learned that skill, you're going to be very hungry. Speak to people about this amazing opportunity that you saw, this testimonial that you've seen, how it has affected you, how it's changed your life, and that you're going to make money with this, and you need to expand, and you had this guy in mind, and say, can I have your take on this? As simple as that. The one specific day, I had an appointment the Friday morning, the person cancelled on short notice. My wife is a broker, she also had an appointment that cancelled. We had a relative that had a birthday, so we went to Kum, to purchase a book for this relative. And in Kum there was this black beautiful lady with the name of Buzi Tonge. You'll meet her soon. She was giving a testimonial to somebody in Kum. And I've listened to it, and I took my business card, the famous one, you know, this one. And I said, listen, I love your testimonial. You know, I might have a proposition for you. Just give me a call. And I never heard of her. A couple of weeks later, she phoned. And we had coffee, and she said, well, I don't do those things, okay? And, well, she realized that this is not one of those things. Although she thought it was, when she sat down and looked through it, she realized it's not one of those things. And she's put nearly 30 people in my team, you know. So that was an unplanned day, but I was ready. I was ready with my business card. I was ready with my story. I put on my story like a gun, loaded, and I went into public. I mean, I ran into if you sign up someone with the name of Paul, they're going to make you money. Every single guy with the name of Paul, has made me money. I ran into all the Pauls in my team are powerful people, but this friend Paul here tonight, I've run into him checkers. He didn't have a business card. I didn't have a business card. So somehow we just talked, and when I wasn't even finished telling him my dream, and he said, sign me on. I said, okay, when do you want the installment to go? He said, tomorrow. Okay. Within a week, he had his product paid. Now, guys, I don't see that in any opportunities. I'm so cocky about our products. Why I don't pay for it? Okay. Our products are not good. They're necessary. Okay. That's a difference. Some people say, what's this beautiful product can do this? Our product can do many things, but it's also necessary. Okay. You must have them. Okay. And it's actually aiding. So this is the thing with the story. Planning my day, talking to people constantly, trying to set up an appointments and trying to live up to that. If they cancel, well, there's a hole in your schedule. Try and fill it with somebody else. Then you run the errands and try and swap it around and do something else. But continuously hunting, for another, soul that's looking for a better life.
And Donny, lastly, I don't know how many people are guests here and how many are looking, but for people that are fresh in the business, and I suspect this is the process you'll lead new wealth engineers, are there one or two things that you want people to focus on or worry about when they get involved in this business? Is there a message that you typically tell them? How do you pull people into the business?
I think the thing is, which I see most people fail in this business, this is my take on it, is because they stop. They speak to about 10 to 15 people, and if that people are excited about DuePoint, I think it works, and if they're not, guys, you have to get your mind clear about this. If you want to make money from this business, you're going to do talking to people about 3 to 4 years, okay, constantly, irrespective of what they think. If you cannot do that, there's something mentally that's prohibiting you. It's not DuePoint, because the thing is you have to keep on doing it. Because that's to say, like, the business is not working for Casper, but it's working for Pumi. It's working for both of them, but at different speeds, because their life is at a different journey. And if you want to equalize everybody, your house circumstances and your finances looks different than the guy in front of you or behind you. How can you expect to grow at exactly the same rate? I can promise you, you will grow, but you'll have to keep on speaking to people, okay? And you'll have to find people that believe in a positive outcome. I think that and the enthusiasm which you speak, I still see people, when they speak, they're really blunt. They look like death. You look at that guy and he said, whatever you want, I don't want that. Because it doesn't look like it affects you. Okay? No, I know it might not be very exciting to talk about the funeral plan excitingly, but the reality is most people don't have our products because they broke. I'm excited because this business opportunity provided me for a way to pay for that necessity. I'm not talking about sour cream and facial cream and boxes of stuff, because when you pass away, a half-paid holiday means nothing for nobody, okay? Your family don't need a half-paid holiday, which they're not going to get. They need cash, okay, to balance. And providing for my family makes me anxious. That makes me excited. And if that doesn't excite you, doesn't give you peace of mind, then maybe the money is one thing, but the products, the affordability, the message, just keep on sowing. Just be excited when you speak to people. Don't stop speaking to people. Your question should be, how many people have I spoken to? Not what they decided. That's none of your concerns. Okay, so the thing is, have you spoken to people this week? Well done. If you don't do this weekly, it's going to take a bit of a long time. I think what we discussed is, you are prepared to go to your work for 30 days. Buy a car with insurance, pack lunch, nice dress, clothes, okay, without getting paid 1 cent. You do that for 30 days. Yet you want to do DuePoint for 1 day or 2 days every 3 months, and you want the salary. It's kind of strange, it's concerning if you think that way. So unless you focus on it weekly, you know, and there's a lot of stuff you can do around your home. My family is watching me in my home. I picture them in their pajamas. They're not liking me saying that. But the reality is, can your family do that in another opportunity? And we're in the same room, but we're not in the same room. Okay? In fact, his family is watching, my family is watching, your family is watching, his family is watching, but we're here. Okay? That's technology. This is the way the new businesses in South Africa will run. And unless you build on technology and this habit of continuously speaking to people, you won't have it. And lastly, that 13 qualified people I have, they're not the original ones. Okay, some of them left. Okay, a lot of friends will leave you. That's the way it is. Because there's only so many. There were only so many disciples. But the word is everywhere. Okay? And one of them was a very bad loser. Okay, but he didn't affect it. You get the message. You know, some of those people has left, still left their team. Levels team. Okay. Thank you guys for leaving or staying, whatever you decide. But the reality is just keep on working at it. Find people, help them to qualify, and keep on doing it. It's a 3-4 year process if you want to get into that numbers that Rob is talking about.
Great. Thank you, Donny. We love your excitement.
Thank you, guys.
And your passion. Thank you, sir. All right, on to the next couple. Wealth engineers. So quick, Patrick's a bit worried, the speed of which we're going. No. But speed was not a problem for Patrick and Pumi. They took 11 months to get to rank 9. In their 10th month, I think they were at about under 800 products in their channel, and in a single month they went from 700 and something to 1,387 products in the space of 30 days. So you can imagine how quickly their channel was growing by that time. Their first month in their business, they introduced 14 people on their first point, and then they averaged 8 brand new wealth engineers into their business every single month from that point. And the same as Donny, they had 13 qualified wealth engineers by the time they went to rank 9. So maybe that's the magic number in terms of qualified points. But Patrick and Pumi, come up. Let's chat to you. There's So Pumi's a bit short, so she's going to stand on the stage. I'll stand below her. There you go. All right, so to get to know you a bit, because Donny touched on a little bit about his family being a great motivator for them in the business. And I know from knowing you guys that your kids are massive motivators. So tell us a bit more about Patrick and Pumi, behind the scenes, behind telling people what to do here at DuePoint.
Okay, Patrick, Pumi. Okay, we both love the business. We're both business-minded. I was born in Soweto, and studied my high school in KZN, my university in Cape Town. You can imagine I traveled South Africa, so there's no way I can do my holiday in South Africa. So that is the motivation behind me going to Mauritius every year. So yes, I grew up in Soweto, and Patrick in Durban. We met, got married, have beautiful kids, which are our motivator for this business. When we started with DuePoint, the first thing that we had to do was to have a meeting with the little ones. Because why? They are the driving factor for us to be in the business, to do this business. So we had to make a meeting with them, and we say, guys, we have this business opportunity. We're excited about it. And like before that, we used to go. We've been to Mauritius twice, and we had a gap year where we didn't go to Mauritius because we couldn't afford on that year. And we were thinking that how are we going to make this up? How are we going to make us going to Mauritius every year? Because that is the culture that I said, you know, like us, especially black people, when we say we go to holiday, normally we're going home. We should going to, if you're working in Joburg, you're going to KZN, so you're going home, not holiday. So, so I had to define that I want a holiday, not going home to visit parents. So So we've been traveling to Mauritius, but we had a gap year where we couldn't go to Mauritius, obviously due to finances. But then we came to DuePoint, we listened to the presentation. The only thing that stood up for me was Mauritius. I said, bingo, wow. This is an opportunity for us to go to Mauritius. From that day, on the first day we came here to DuePoint, I remember immediately after the presentation, when we were driving home, we were like, we have to go to Mauritius. We got home, we talked about the strategy, how we're gonna tackle this for us to go to Mauritius. You know what, I don't know. So when we got home, we phone friends, he phoned his friends, I was phoning my friends. I remember the last call I made it as around 2 o'clock, and my friend was like, my friend, are you awake 2 o'clock? Can we talk about this in the morning? And I'm like, okay, so sorry, we're gonna talk in the morning about it.
2 a.m.
2 a.m. So that is why I get sometimes worried when people, they say, yeah, we're going to Mauritius. But the following day, like, hi, how are you? How did you get home? Are you coming today? Today where? But you said you're coming to Mauritius with me. You see? So, yes.
How did you have so much trust in the business so quickly? Because in your first month, you introduced 14 people into the business. You saw Mauritius as this massive aspiration to have, but Mauritius is so far away in the business. You know, I often say to people that are new to the business, you just focus on getting 3 people. We'll start there. You saw the presentation and said, let's focus on 1,000 people.
Okay. Oh, sorry. The belief on the business is we knew Brendan. We've worked with Brendan before, and he has never disappointed us on the previous business. So the whole belief was when I came here, I look at the business, I look at the structure of the business, I looked at the walls, and I look at the professionalism of the business. I was like, this is where I can even invite my previous boss.
Hi. Good evening, everyone who's watching live here, and people are watching in KZN, and in East London, and in Mthatha, where I'm pushing. As I was in last 2 weeks back, I was in KZN to go to do another magic. So it's happening there. Lindo, I'm watching you. Okay, guys, I'm from KZN. And I did a lot of things trying to make money. Like other things, I used to think that I'm making money. In the meantime, I wasn't making any money. Anyway, why Pumi started to like to go to Mauritius? I started to travel to overseas 2007. Mm-hmm. So she used to cry when I'm telling her I'm going to London, I'm going to here and here. She didn't know. But we are so lucky we joined one business. We were up the road at a business company where we used to travel to overseas. Okay, other year we didn't go. Then when we come to DuePoint, when they start talking about Mauritius, we just look at the numbers. This was 1,000. Then I said that's nothing because I can sign even 5 people a day so that we can do it. But we knew we can't do that ourselves. So with this business, you need to work with people. And with DuePoint, it's so easy to build your number because you must make people to earn. Once these people are starting to earn, it's where your number is growing. Mm-hmm. And as always, Rob and Brendan always saying to people, guys, you must always look for the one. Do you know, even still today, I'm still looking for the one. Yet I got more than 200 people in my first line. Okay? Sometimes I just wonder. People that just joined for 2 weeks, they tell me, please, can you please cancel me at the office? Guys, I'm not going to cancel anything. If you're watching, I'm not going to cancel anything. They're going to deduct the premium this month because you have to do it yourself. I don't even know when I cancel what must I say. I didn't sign, you signed, so I'm not canceling anything. And I can't cancel because I want that number, so I can't cancel.
It's a public service announcement.
Yes. This was hard. And what I noticed when we joined DuePoint, anything that's going to make you successful, you must wait for someone to distract you. There is a lot of people that distract us. There is a lot of people that promise so much things. When you sign them, they say, Patrick, can you come to Val to present for me? Then I say no. Patrick, can you come to KZN and present to this DuePoint so I can sign? I say no, because DuePoint is where? It's online. Okay, guys? So another thing, when you sign people, don't let the people to tell you what you do, then you get disappointed after, because they're going. But what's nice with DuePoint, even they go, why are you crying? Because they're going away with 55 rand, and at the back they're leaving 1,000. Like there's someone who ran away to the shiny port, wherever you're watching, if you're watching, he ran away, but he left maybe like 10,000 behind. So why I must worry? I signed one lady, that Rob always talk about that lady. She signed people, she was doing very well, she came on stage, she talked about nails, and she ran away. She don't answer my calls, she don't answer my WhatsApp, but she left lot of numbers. Those numbers gave me the car. Those numbers took me to Mauritius. You see. Okay,
Okay, so we were talking about focus. You talked a little bit about distraction, and even the people that came into your business, they left, but they still did work with you. They still brought other people into the business. That's what's one of the wonderful things about this business. Even the people that say no or say yes and don't do anything, there's still this marketing that's happening regardless, right, around your channel. So there's some advantage to that. So how have you guys remained focused? Because I could hear a little bit of anger in Patrick's voice. Could you hear that? Could you pick up a little bit of anger? Right? But he does the business anyway, very determined. What has kept you guys so determined and focused?
Okay.
And think back to before you got to 1,000.
Okay, Reb, you just touched something now, distraction, which we didn't go really into details. Distraction comes in different ways. For example, one of the things that we might have considered to be a distraction for us at that time, it was our children, our kids. Because every time we were coming to DuePoint, they would cry, you know. So it's not nice to come to something that you love so much, but you leave the kids crying at home. So again, we're like, guys, we're doing this for you. Mommy and Daddy are gonna take you to Mauritius. That was their dummy. Every time they cry, we gave them that dummy. So remember that these are kids. When you make a promise to children, to kids, that's where I think a lot of people, they lose it. We destroy our own kids by the words of our mouth because we don't deliver that to them, right? So most of the time when I sign people up and they get excited about Mauritius, the other time there was another lady said, you know what, I even told my child I'm taking her to Mauritius in December, which that was last week. And I got very worried, you know, because when you promise your kids, that's how we are. When we promise our kids, we make sure that we deliver, because you know what, we don't want them to not to trust us. They have to trust us. We are the first people that they must trust. So we had to deliver for them to go to Mauritius. And we had to say, guys, remember we said you're going to go to Mauritius? And they were like, yes. So I remember when we went to Mauritius, they were excited. We go to Mauritius. They saw their hotel room. They were excited. Yeah! Ayami had a lot of sweets on his pockets. When they're like, hey, Mommy, we're going to see you. They don't even care about me because now they're in Mauritius. Hey, Mommy, we're going to see you now. I said, wait. Come back, guys, before we go outside. Patrick and I, we said, we remember, guys, we told you that why we're doing Mauritius, DuePoint, that we're going to take you to Mauritius. And they were like yes. You said, didn't Mommy and Daddy take you to Mauritius? They said, yes. Are you going to cry again? No, we're not going to cry. You know, and funny enough, on Monday, obviously, I didn't come to DuePoint. And Ayam was like, Mommy, aren't you going to Mauritius today? So, because I delivered that to them, to the promise, guys, don't hurt your kids. If you know that you're not going to qualify for Mauritius, qualifying for Mauritius, it does not mean you have to qualify this year. You know, you can do it next year, you can do it in 2020, but deliver that to your kids if you have made that promise. Or don't make that promise to them because you're hurting your kids. You know, I remember when, like, in January, when, like, Yami went to soccer, I took him here, everyone was coming back. It's like, and the coach was asking, how was your holiday? Other one was like, we went to London. The other one went to Italy. And Ayam was like, we went to Mauritius and we had a lot of food. You see, I was like, oh my word. So what I'm trying to say, guys, the driving factor for us, me and Patrick, DuePoint is about our kids. And we have our blessings from them now. You know, because we delivered, guys. Like, you know, when it comes to children, I'm very, very sensitive. And that is why I'm saying, don't make that promise if you know that you're lazy and you're not going to do DuePoint, you know, and you know that you're not going to even do, you know, like qualify for Mauritius. Because when we get to the business like this, most of the time it's like my journey with DuePoint is just to get 5,000 rand. But that's okay. That is your journey. My journey with DuePoint, I just want to give it 3 months, then I'm done. It's okay, that is your vision. But if your journey is to make a lot of money with DuePoint, and you look at the reward structure of DuePoint and you're saying, I want to achieve that, then that will take lot and lot of sacrifice. That will take time. You know, guys, don't wish to be Patrick and Pumi if you're not going to be able to come here every evening. If you can make that sacrifice, then you can wish to be Patrick and Pumi, because that's a degree of us sacrificing to be where we are with this business. But you're not going to be here and make these numbers in just like when you feel like doing the business. For us, we don't feel like doing the business. It is a must. It is like, for us, we don't have any other option, because we said, you know what? We need to focus on this business. We made the numbers. We look at the numbers. We look at the XP, like, I mean, how many XP are required, and we like, you know what, this will require time and effort. Oh yes, people, they come and go, as Patrick was saying now, they will come. Others will come, put 20 man numbers, and they go with their 55 rand. Others, they come and keep 100,000, like 100 people, and they live that. It's okay. Others, like, they come, they put 1,000 people for you, and still live. And I'm like, I don't know, guys. In Zulu Sitai, you know, because end of the day is, how can you put 1,000 people on the business and say, I don't want it 20,000 branding anymore? For me, it doesn't make sense.
Point is too slow.
You know, so yeah, guys, time and effort.
The beautiful thing is, I mean, I know it can confound you the way some people think, but the point you made earlier was, it actually doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to you if the person comes and puts 1,000 and decides to leave. Because you're building the business every single month, and you will find the next person that does it, and the next person that does it.
You know what's the beauty, the nice thing about DuePoint is, when you join the business, for me, I didn't know anything about the business, about DuePoint, guys. Even Donny just said that I've done that, but with DuePoint, he didn't know anything. So where do you start? You need to connect yourself to the system. You need to dig and dig to know exactly what to do with this business. We are so lucky because we've got all the tools to do this business. We've got trainings to do this business. So I'm always saying that first thing we did with Patrick, first night when we slept at 2, hey guys, we finished the whole website that night. We went into every detail. That is surprisingly that somebody else come here, join the business, go home and sleep, and you're still thinking that you're going to make money. Think again.
And ask when is the next presidential. Yeah, they got everything on the phone. Okay, guys, and again, why maybe we come here so quick? The time we joined DuePoint, we had so much problems of money. Okay, I think the first time I was on stage, I told the people, it was so hard for me. I had someone who was working for me, but I couldn't afford to pay that person. Okay? We got the driver who took the kids to school. We had a problem. We couldn't pay that person. Okay? So the DuePoint really, it helped us with on the money side. Even when you join DuePoint, a lot of people, they make the big mistake. Don't join DuePoint for Mauritius. Don't join DuePoint for this iPhone, this 5,000. These things are once off. Join DuePoint because you want money that's gonna recurry. You know, keep getting that money. So a lot of people, they make a big mistake. Like the time we started, a lot of people were saying, we're all going to Mauritius. Everyone was jumping, Mauritius, Mauritius. We used to go all over doing presentation because everyone was going to Mauritius. Because they couldn't make it, they stopped. They went to Shiny Pot to sell some cream. I don't know what and what. Those I don't understand, guys. When you join DuePoint, if you're a new person going to join today, don't join DuePoint for Mauritius. That is an extra. Join DuePoint because you want money. And a lot of people are sitting here. Sometimes I get so shocked. They are working. DuePoint is for second income. Okay. DuePoint is not a first income, it's for second income. And some of you sitting here, you're making good money, 5,000, and you are earning somewhere wherever you're working, but you say DuePoint is too slow. What about us, me and Pumi? It's only DuePoint. So that's why every day we talk to people. I even teach that guy in KZN, Lindogush, I'm sure he's watching. I say to him, every day, talk to 10 people. And they are so lucky because I even teach them. I take them with their hands like this, all with Francina. I say, come, let's go. You stand, you see what I'm doing, and you go do it. Okay? So every day he's signing like 2 people because I teach him every day you talk to 2 people. Don't talk about product. When they start asking about the product, just tell them, I'm so excited with this business. I don't even know where to start to explain you. When they say, just a little bit, just. I'm so excited. The best thing what I'm going to do tomorrow, let's meet at Bryanstein. And again, let me just tell you something. Don't carry people to your car. Because the day you stop bringing them here, they won't come. They will tell you they don't have a transport. Do you understand? So you must direct them. And it's more better to deal with the strangers. Because it's not easy for the stranger to say, you want to jump to your car. Do you understand? With these friends, church people, neighbors, they're gonna worry you. You're even going to give them money to come here. And who's this business? It's their business also. When you're telling someone they're employing in whatever, Jimistin, do you take them there? What do? You direct them. So DuePoint is also, it's a business. It's same like when they're going to work. Don't take them, direct them, let them go. So they will go even you are not going.
In closing, guys, we all want to go to Mauritius. I don't know, I told you that I grew up in Soweto. I studied in KZN, then my university in Cape Town. So after, as I said, I traveled South Africa. So going to Mauritius was the thing for me. So you guys will probably have traveled the world, you know. But if you are in a situation where you've never traveled the world, I'll say try DuePoint. Just try DuePoint. Yes. Just do it. And see what happens in Mauritius. That's it. Yes. The first time I saw the sea, I was at the age of 22. Because I grew up in Soweto, there's no sea in Joburg.
Wild waters.
Yeah, that's okay. So just do it. And besides that, I remember the person that put us on the business, he used to travel everywhere. But you know what he said to me? You know, for me to travel on a business class on that kind of holiday without paying even a single cent, it's a wow for me. You see, because you're not paying even a single cent. Guys, believe me when I say it's free food, eh? Anyway, yeah, guys, please work hard. Let's have the next 4 months. Is it 4 months or 5 months? I don't know, because my mind is in Mauritius now, guys. So let's have the 4 months. Let's put our head into it. If you still want to make it to Mauritius, you can still make it to Mauritius, but it will mean that you triple what you're doing now. If you don't make it to Mauritius, it's okay. Can you imagine your festive season? Because you're going to have a lot of money in the bank. Yeah? Let's collect those 55 rands and make sure that you help your team. Remember, DuePoint is not about you again. It's all about you and your team. That is why you see Donny on the first year. We also, like before we qualified for Mauritius, we qualified 13 people. Having 13 people on your business earning, you have changed 13 families' financial situation. Can you imagine? So when you join DuePoint, guys, it's not about, hey, join the business. Think about the next person. If they're not willing to move, it's okay. You know what? I always say to me, I've got a next button somewhere in my life. I just press it for the next one. And that's it. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, guys.
Last one. I know a lot of people, they want to go Mauritius this year, but I don't think so. Okay, but maybe it can still happen. It happened to Spamandla. Do you know how he made it in 5 months? Okay. How he made it in 5 months? He was doing 3 presentations a day, every day. So if you want to go this year, that means tomorrow at 12 o'clock, you're bringing like 10 people here. Rob is going to do it for you. And the next time again, what's tomorrow? It's Wednesday.
6:30.
And again, 6:30, bring another 10. He's going to hit it again. Carry on pushing. That means you're gonna go. But if you say you want to go this year to Mauritius, but you come by yourself, I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. Okay? I'm giving you a tip again now. If you want to go to Mauritius this year, right? Start from your phone. Send a nice message to all these people you got in your WhatsApp. If they shout at you, say you're sorry. But not all of them, they're going to shout at you. They're going to ask you, what's this? Explain me. I told you, don't explain. Say to them, I'm so excited. I don't even know where to start. But tomorrow, let's meet where? In Bryanston. Thank you.
Plenty pearls of wisdom. So those are 2 wealth engineers that have hit rank 9. I hope they've shared a little bit about the experience and the requirements to get there. We know very well what you've got to do if you want to get there in 4 months. Patrick explained that nicely for everybody. Be aware, on Facebook, we're running a Road to Rank 9 campaign where 10 wealth engineers will win 2,000 Rand each. And all you have to do is go participate in that campaign, and you'll get to see the photos of the resort that we're going to. So the photos we saw earlier were just family photos. If you want to see the quality of the resort that we're going to, go take a look at our Facebook page. And with that, we've got our last wealth engineers up on stage, Rene and Henny. So you guys can come up so long. I'll give you 1 microphone to share so that you know who's in charge. Let me stand over here. There we go. All right. So Rene and Henny are on the first few steps to rank 9.
Yes.
Right? And we've got hundreds of people in a very similar position. Yeah. Give them a hand. And this is how it begins, right? It's easy to look at someone who's ranked 9 already, and like Patrick was bemoaning earlier, people all want to go to Mauritius every year, but they actually haven't looked at what it requires. They haven't created a strategy or a plan to get there. They just want to go, and they expect to be going this year. And Patrick told them very nicely that they're not going. But how does it all begin? This is how it begins. So Rene and Henny, they joined 6 months ago. They're already ranked 2. So they're on their way already. They know they can do it. Their current channel value is sitting at just over 1,500 Rand a month. They've brought in 14 people onto their first point in 6 months. So they're tracking 3 plus 2, kind of. The channel size is 33. They only have 967 products to go before they rank 9. So explain to us, because it says there they started 6 months ago, but this journey actually started 2.5 years ago for them. So let's hear how that journey started in the beginning.
Okay. Good evening, all. It is a great privilege for me to be here tonight. But please, and thank you for this opportunity, Rob, to be here.
Pleasure.
And then, please, audience, you must be bear with me tonight because I'm coming from Oudtshoorn. And in Oudtshoorn, we didn't speak English. Please bear with me tonight. Okay. And then my story. 2.5 years ago, Rudolf and Marcia introduced us to this great opportunity. And you can't believe it. At this stage, we have a great income. And Donny is a very analytical person. So you haven't got too much time to give attention into DuePoint. So it said to me, it's too good to be true, so leave it. So, but then in August last year, Jan approached me again. But I don't know if you know Jan. He is like a bull terrier. He never gave up. So on a weekly basis, when he passed my office to Pick and Pay, he would ask me, Rene, what is your decision? What did you decide? And week after week it was a no and a no. So, and in December we were in Hartenbos on the beach. And all of a sudden he tell me, yes, Rene, you can do DuePoint. So yes, I can do DuePoint. So I was very excited. And he said to me, there's no risk in joining DuePoint. So yes, on our way back, I was called Jan, and I said to him, Jan, I can do DuePoint. So, but there's some questions we must ask to you. So when we arrived at home, Jan was already there. So, and Henny asked him all the questions, and here I am tonight. As a qualified wealth engineer, I joined this evening. But then, in February, some strange things happens. I'm in the estate agencies, and the market are very slow and very down and very quiet. I think, Paul, you will know that. And yeah, and then so we have a little bit more pressure. The people ask us to work on Sundays, so they pressure us to work 3 Sundays a month. And I didn't work on Sundays, sorry. So we must do show houses. And on this stage, I said no, and I pulled the plug. So, and because I didn't need all these frustrations and irritations, and I think some of you have the same frustrations and irritations at your works today. So, and here I am today to do the DuePoint. So thank you, Jan, for being this guy, the bull terrier, and never gave up.
Now, first thing I have to say thank you very much for all the people involved with DuePoint. It's not just our team, it's everybody, for their positive approach and the help and support they gave us. This is a great company. Now, secondly, the 2.5 years ago,
When you said no.
yeah, I was in a comfort zone, earning, had a good income, and there's so many schemes around, so I didn't really look at the opportunity in depth. Yeah, so being in a good comfort zone, you don't worry about it. But then last year, I was basically kicked out of that comfort zone. And so while we were relaxing there on the beach, I thought, yeah, a second income might be a good idea. And I started looking at the DuePoint system, and I realized there's not really a big risk in it. And then slowly I started seeing a vision of what DuePoint can do for us. We're close to retirement, and I thought to myself, you know, even 5,000 Rand a month is like R1 million in my bank account. 10,000 Rand is 2 million. And you can achieve that in a year's time. There's not any business that can give that to you. So, yeah, I'm not a salesman. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be a salesman. But this thing really is not about selling anything. It's a great opportunity that you share with somebody to help them to reach their goals in life. And for me, it gives me great pleasure to see what effects it have if a person all of a sudden see vision again So yeah, I can kick myself that I waited for 2.5 years before we joined, because we could have been here on plus minus 30,000 a month by now.
Yeah. Never too late. Never too late. There we go. Okay, so hopefully there's not too much resentment harbored in the family about the yes and no. So what have the last 6 months been? So this is always what I'm interested in, because you're still here.
Yeah.
So the last 6 months couldn't have been that bad. I like to share with everyone that it's never as rosy as people think or as easy as people think. What have your 6 months been like in the business?
Okay, when Rudolf and Marcia introduced us to DuePoint the first time, I only see Mauritius, because I love Mauritius a lot. I was there in the past, and I love Mauritius, so I only see this vision of Mauritius. But then, when I started DuePoint, it was hard work. It was very hard work. So one day I sat down and I found 30 people. 30 people, I found. You can't believe it, and I get 30 no's in a row. So yes, I was so disappointed. I can't believe it. Oh my word, what I did wrong? Where did I go wrong? So I don't know, and I'll say to Henny, now please help me, because why 30 people all said no. And I make for me a cappuccino, and I lay down on my bed. Yeah. And I take my cell phone and I open my tools. And this 3 steps to success opened up.
On the DuePoint app?
On the DuePoint app, okay. Opens up. And here I have a look at it. And there I'm motivated again. You can't believe it. And there I stood up and I found 5 people. And I've got 4 appointments out of the 5. Oh. So yes, but perseverance.
I don't know how many people would have carried on past 30.
Yeah. So,
but I'm glad you blamed yourself and not the system.
Yeah, no, it's not the system. so yes, but perseverance is the name of this game. So yes.
So you're still sticking around. I'm glad for that. So it's been worth it, right? At the end of all of it,
yes,
it's been worth it.
For
you're
sure.
still pushing. You haven't given up hope.
It, yeah.
Mauritius is still in your sights.
Yeah, Mauritius is still in my sight, and then my goals.
Yes, tell us what you want out of this business. Okay. Why do you do 30 calls a day?
Okay, my goals is to be in rank 4 in January 2019, halfway to rank 9. Because why I must go there, December 2019, because why I love Mauritius so much, and I must go there again and again and again, it never stops. So yes, I must go there. And then what is very nice of DuePoint for me is that I have every month I can see an increase in my income. So even if it is only 100 rand or 200 rand or 300 rand, what though at your work will the people give you 200 or 200 rand extra every month? So this increase is for me excellent. So I can't wait to see what's my increase next month. So yes, that is very inspired.
Okay, so you're certainly on this journey towards rank 9, and I'm going to be very excited to invite you on stage when that actually happens, because we know where it all began, right? At the same time, and some of Donny and Patrick and Pumi touched on it, that the success in this business is not built solely on your efforts. And you can see it in your numbers. You've only brought in 14, but that's translated to nearly double the amount of people. So you've got other people doing work with you. I'm going to give you a moment to recognize people that have helped you on this journey.
Yes, thank you for that. First of all, I must say thank you for Rudolf and Marcia. Rudolf and Marcia are my mentors in life. They are my superstars. Rudolf, thank you for your belief in us. We appreciate that. And then Jan and Ina we appreciate your attendance tonight here. And thank you for being this bull terrier and never gave up. Thank you for that. And then Shani and Nick is not here tonight, but in their absence, I will say a great thanks to them as well, because we are not in the channels, and they are coming out to Meyerton on a regular basis to come and help us. So guys, yes,
That's amazing.
Great appreciation to Shani and Nick. And then to Lynette and Frikkie. I know them also for many years. Thank you for coming out tonight, for supporting me tonight. And thank you for all your SMSs and WhatsApps and phone calls, and also to attend some of our presentations on Monday evenings in Meyerton. We appreciate that a lot. And then for my team, watching me tonight live stream, the people in Prince Albert, hello Nick and Riet, the people in Hermanus, Sally and Pierre, and my team, my channel watching me in Meyerton live stream, thank you very much. I only want to say to you, please keep going. Don't quit, and see and speak to one person every day. And perseverance is the name of the game to be successful. So please keep going and don't quit.
Henny, some final thoughts?
Yeah, when I started, I soon realized this is not a get-rich-quick scheme, but it requires a lot of time and effort. But if you have the vision, you realize it makes that perseverance so much easier. So if I can give advice to new people, if you get this opportunity, grab it. Don't wait 2.5 years. Because in our economic climate, you don't know when you're going to be kicked out of your comfort zone. And it's a lot easier if you have a reasonable income when that happens. Then for our team members, I would like to tell them, just focus. Stay focused on the long-term vision. Don't go and say, no, I'll start tomorrow, or next week. If you do that, that long-term vision starts to disappear, and you're going to miss out on a very, very great opportunity.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Lots of pearls of wisdom, lots of tips that hopefully we can use practically in our lives. And I love the community of what they shared, right? The people that help them, people not even in their channel, driving out to help them. That means a lot. And then at rank 11, only 2 ranks later, we decide to buy you a car. All right? So that's rank 11. We spent R250,000 on a brand new car. Decide which car you want. You can't take this one. It's taken already. Our rewards program goes up to rank 28. That's why I often say to people, if you think that you've made it by rank 9, you're only getting started. There is so much more waiting for you in this business. That's why I get so excited. If I can just take a sneak peek 10 years into the future to see where Donny and Patrick and Pumi and Rene and Henny are going to be, that gets me excited to see what this business can do for people that are willing to invest, sacrifice, and place trust in this business and in themselves. And so, without taking up too much time, I invite our guests this evening to come join us at DuePoint. Give it 30 days and see what it does for you. Because I promise you, if you give this business 30 days of just trying to speak to one person a day, you will be wealthier next month than you were last month. And if you can do that 1 month, you can do that for 11 months in a row, 16 months in a row, and before you know it, you and your family will be sitting in business class with a glass of champagne in your hand on the way to Mauritius. Have a wonderful evening, and I hope you have a very prosperous rest of the year. Thank you.